Onefootflipper.
Hey everybody, it's Saturday morning and I have two beautiful ladies with me who are just thrilled to be going to the Goodwill outlet. Aren't you thrilled?
So thrilled.
Yeah. Amanda is so thrilled that she's giving me, the happy voice. And Julie's so thrilled that she wants to stare daggers through the back of my head. But we are going to do, well, my favorite is stop at McDonald's and get the breakfast, which will make us hopefully still on time enough to get carts. Because it will be less fun for me without a cart. And by less fun, I mean a big steaming pile of not fun. And they are already both actively hating it, so we're good. What are you going to look for today, Jules?
I don't really know. Like you said, the bins, I never heard you say. The bins can have a good or bad day. It doesn't, as long as something looks valuable or owes your image to be able to take it.
You always find good stuff. And Amanda also always finds good stuff. I do not know why they don't enjoy it. I don't know why somebody put something in our cart that one time you were there. We were there one time and somebody put something in our cart. That has never happened before to me ever. But of course it happens the one time that my wife was there.
Or my mother was petrified of getting a disease from this place. The one time I get a stuffy nose of the bins, she's there. Is that a coincidence? I think not.
Like, you realize 4 out of 5 people who walk into the bins on any given day walk out without any diseases.
It's not a disease, it's an illness.
Other than the ones that they brought in with them. I don't know. I think if all the pretty 19-year-old girls in their tight pants and fancy sweaters can go in there, we can go in there. That's just me, though. Not that I'm looking.
Lies.
What?
Certainly sounded like it.
Whatever. Yeah. I'm sure that they're beautiful until they open their mouth, and then bleh.
That sounded weird.
That's when they turn into children.
Oh, I thought you meant they were selfish and they only cared about themselves. That's what I thought you meant.
No. No.
I'm siding with Julie on this.
Honestly, people, I'm really not at the bins checking out other women.
Honestly,
I can notice
this
that
part should be cut out.
This part will be probably the preview. Just because I can notice that there might be attractive women there, or that for some reason there are always beautiful Russian women at the bins. Always.
Russian?
Yes,
How do
Russian.
you know they're Russian?
Sometimes they're directly speaking Russian. Sometimes they're speaking Estonian. I don't know.
How does the man who can't recognize faces properly know what
that a
they're
woman is
speaking?
The accent is slightly different, and the wording has a different flow to it between Russian and Estonian.
I kind of feel concerned with her.
I used to work with an Estonian girl at IHOP, and when she would talk to her mom.
That wasn't 25 years ago or anything.
Well, whatever. I got used to how that sounded, and it doesn't sound the same as Russian. And I'm sure somebody's going to put in the comments, actually, Paige, it sounds completely the same as Russian.
So I'm going to cut this out.
No, we will not be cutting this out. So far, this is the most interesting thing that's happened on the ride. That Paige remembers what some girl from IHOP 25 years ago, more like 27 years ago, sounded like. By the way, that girl's mom wanted me to marry her, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
It wasn't. It was only because of an immigration issue.
Stop it.
The girl had no paperwork.
Stop it!
Quit it.
It's not encouraging me.
Hey, but the girl did get left in America when her mom got deported because they didn't know she existed.
Because nothing says awesome like that. Well, the van's making a lot of noise.
Well, that's the turn signal.
No!
There was a bit of a downshift there.
I can hear it. That's not the tick.
Oh yeah, the tick is definitely louder when it first turns on.
What did you think I meant?
Oh, well, it kind of shifted a little bit hard in a downshift. But I don't care about that.
No, because I'm going to start driving this tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but Monday. Monday I don't work. Whatever day.
Tuesday, you may only drive this one day.
Well, whatever day that Jim's going to help you.
Which I believe is Tuesday. Tuesday, I'm going to do the brakes on her car so I can save.
Why am I smelling pizza?
Usually there's not a lot of pizza going on in the morning, but you know, if there's pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza any time.
Don't want
I'm so glad we placed that in a situation where it can break the back window.
Okay, well, I'll fix it while we're getting our McDonald's. Where else would you like me to put it?
Well, sideways, so the wheelchair is currently placed in a situation where it can flop. If
Okay, I understand where it's wrong.
Where it can flop back and forth and break the back window.
You're the one who decided to make some interesting choices this morning. Could have just not eaten, which is what I do.
Yes, then I have two grumpy women who are even grumpier than normal. Actually, they're normally a peach, but they were not into going this morning.
Okay, stop.
Even though they have not gone in months.
That's my personal information. Why are you sharing it?
We don't want to.
We're not gonna take it.
Even though I'm probably gonna enjoy myself a little. And probably.
I thought you were going to drive up.
I will come back. Will you use the mobile app today?
Yes, sir, I did. XB09.
You couldn't wait for him to finish talking?
Nope, because I don't want anyone to come up and zoom past me. All right.
There you go.
Hey,
have a nice day.
you too. You too, Frank.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't look like a Frank.
The Jade Man.
Does look more like a Jaden early on. His dad might be Frank, though.
What are you doing? You know there's like all sorts of
what we're gonna need.
pockets here? Not for your phone. You are so weird. Where did my phone go? I don't know. Okay, must have found it again.
I was told I look like an Amelia so many times, it's not even funny.
That's because half the kids your age are named Amelia.
But literally, half the
I was told
when
I
I
look like an
first
Erica.
met Sunny, she told me that I looked like I was an Amelia.
What is this weirdness? You junking up my car? What's that?
It's a GoPro sticker.
Why do it?
Alright. Oh, Frank came up here with us again. I was about to say, you look exactly like Frank. Thank you. Alright. Seemed like he could have just given us our seat up here.
Keep the child happy. Give her the thing she wants. The beverage. Remember, she's already had soda.
You realize I don't make comments, right?
Hi, could I have 2 ketchup packets?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, thank you so much. You too.
No, the trash goes in the bed.
Okay.
Okay, you can pull over so I can put this wheelchair where it goes.
Yeah. Well, sure, here's this awesome muffin. You want the hash brown?
That's not even gonna stick.
I'd like a hash brown.
Here's a hash brown strip.
No one wants to see you eat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. All the girlies say is pretty fly for a white guy. He was thinking cool tunes, but not just any would suffice. They didn't have ice cubes, so he bought vanilla ice. He was cruising in his Pintos. He saw homies as he passed, but if they look twice, they're gonna kick his silly beep. Now that musical interlude is over with,
You're gonna eat another sandwich.
I'm gonna eat another sandwich. This will be on my Only Foot channel. You do not get to see me eat the sandwich here. Is Ricky Lake still a TV show?
Did you just ask if we were in 1995? No. Why?
Oh. Because later on in the song I was singing, they mentioned going on Ricky Lake.
How do you have dog hair absolutely all over you?
The dog.
Because the dog didn't go near you.
The dog.
I get dressed sitting on the bed that's covered in dog hair. I can't do the throw the clothes to the wheelchair and go hop out naked and get dressed in the living room when Julie's home.
I'm just asking.
Oh no, the camera has failed.
Do you like our feeling?
It's a diet soda. So they don't know I'm fat.
Ketchup. Not your friend. Why are you going so fast?
I'm going the exact speed of everyone in the slow lane.
No, you're
How much
not.
slower would you like me? Well, I'd be running into them if I wasn't.
You're gonna run into them.
No, most of the time when my wife complains about how fast I'm driving, I'm actually driving slower than her average driving speed.
Shut up.
They're still
I
better
can
than my,
confirm that.
still better than my mother though.
I like to do.
I've seen my mother just about have a panic attack
No,
in the car when
no.
she doesn't watch this channel.
Which is kind of funny.
When we get if we get on the highway and it's like down to 2 lanes and they have those construction dividers exactly at the edge of every lane, well, it's not nice. I'll say that.
Wait.
So like, you're gonna hit the side, get in the other lane. You go with what she says, you get in the other lane. Oh my God, it's even worse.
Wait, does Jake watch this?
Everybody in the family's pretty much stopped because they were never interested.
Okay, so, which is kind of weird because my uncle, my mom's
Okay, you can
older
just
brother
say.
Jake,
Uh-oh.
he drives so fast. He drives like a maniac. He drives like a mental hospital patient. It's ridiculous.
Jake and Grandpa both drive
Okay,
like-
we don't need to have
like
this
they're
in
trying to
video.
win NASCAR.
Why is there a dog?
Because some people think they're special. All right, Julie, hop out.
Why does Julie need to hop out?
Because somebody needs to get in line.
Okay, I'm hopping out.
Okay, hop out, Mama. I mean, didn't we not have a discussion about that? Julie, you were there for that discussion, right?
What discussion?
That somebody has to get out to get in line?
Yeah?
And she said she thought you should do it. And then we got here and she's like, why should Julie get out?
I want to get out because I'm usually the one who gets out when it's just you and me.
All right. Well, maybe we'll show some stuff we get after we get it.
Watered down tea.
All right, we're back. We got a lot of cool stuff. It's amazing how much these ladies who hated this trip, and they tell me that they still hated it, but what a good mood they're both in.
Your mom's in a good mood.
Julie found excellent stuff. My mom is never in a good mood. You know that.
Ah!
Actually, no, sometimes she is.
Whatever.
If my mom is talking about...
She's never been in a good mood.
Yes, she is. If Grandma is talking about TV shows that nobody else watches, or about what we're going to eat in 3 months, she is in an excellent mood.
Especially hash. She loves talking about hash.
Yes, hash.
Put food on you.
Yeah. She can't come over without mentioning hash. Nobody even eats hash.
Your mom's gonna lecture you when she sees this.
She will never see this. If I don't post this directly on Facebook, my mother will not see it. Guaranteed.
Stop. Are you gonna start the car? We're just
You
staring
have
at
the
it.
keys.
I don't have the keys.
Well, I might have given the keys away to somebody then. You sure I gave you the clicker and then you double clicked?
Let's watch. The double click opens the trunk.
So don't open the trunk. We're already in here. My wife is used to newer and fancier cars that have all sorts of features.
Fancy, so
I'm
fancy.
used to driving
Fancy, you
cars.
mean normal?
I'm used to driving cars that were designed in the 60s, 70s, and 80s that have nothing.
But a door and some seats.
I mean, I spent most of my life driving my '84 Mercedes, which was designed in the late 1960s. It was top of the line for back then, though.
And the thermostat on it never worked right.
Yep. Thermostat on my
And we
Jeep doesn't
took
work
it
right
in the
either.
car wash and it leaked everywhere.
Every convertible leaks. It doesn't leak with the hardtops on.
Your mom leaks.
Probably.
I don't know what how to respond to
She
that.
is not a spring chicken anymore.
You know spring chicken.
Spring chicken, bok bok.
See? My reward is food.
My wife is enjoying her cold breakfast. See, she doesn't care if food is cold or hot, and I very much do, so that can bring little issues up.
I'm not very either.
Like, I'll make dinner, and I'm like, the dinner's getting cold. I'll make dinner as soon as it's done. My wife's
He
like,
also hates
I desperately have to do this thing
non-big
right now. I'm like, the dinner's getting cold.
He also hates small proportions.
Well, yeah, I don't want to eat a bite of something.
I want to eat a bite of something.
I love bites.
I do not like bites.
Bitey bite bites.
Bite, bite, bite.
People eat a bite of something normally.
I don't want a bite of something when I'm like not eating or anything else. All that's going to do is make me want more food.
That's why you don't get sample.
Do you?
That's the point.
But apparently he can't do that because it makes him sad.
Makes me hungry. Hungry for apples. That is an obscure Rick and Morty reference that nobody would have gotten.
Oh, child.
No, it was basically nothing.
Yeah, these ladies who did not want to go are both sitting here giggling and having a great time, loving life, but oh my boy, did we not want to go there. We got 2 whole carts for less than $100. That was good. Did you pick out anything, honey, or did every single thing you pick out we put back? No, she picked out some great Christmas stuff that was in the glass, but it wasn't actually glass, and it was super heavy, and the girl at the counter...
How did you not know that?
I didn't touch
it. It wasn't glass.
I didn't touch any of it.
But either way, it doesn't look like glass.
Had we kept an entire cart of it, it would have been glass.
Tell yourself that. When the girl at the counter literally said, "This is not glass. None of this is glass."
I knew it wasn't glass.
And I never got close to any of it.
I told you it was glass. You didn't listen to me.
Yes, I was assuming it was ceramic or plastic.
It's not ceramic, it's
or
like
something.
plastic.
Oh, no, it was like beanie is what it was.
Part of it was beanie. The base was plastic.
Moving forward, I put back the 2 or 3 mugs I had. And then I put back the beer stein thing I picked out.
I hate mugs.
I know, that's why I put it back.
Wow.
I also put back You're the Bee's Knees mug, and I put back the retirement mug.
Retirement mug.
With the
That
curse
was
words on it.
fake Ray Dunn. Because you said, I'm not going to sell that. And I said, okay.
Mugs are out right now. It's the travel mugs that are in.
Either way.
Mugs were big during COVID when everybody sat at home and drank their coffee at home.
And now that people know,
Now they want to drive around with their coffee and, take it on a trip.
because they want to go everywhere, because you usually couldn't go anywhere.
They want to take their coffee with them to Starbucks, Take it for a ride. Show it off to the people at the gas station. Where is the thing that shows how much gas I have? There it is. Half. Oh, I need to drink your tea.
How rude.
Sorry. I inhaled. That was still there.
Open the window and spit it out.
There's nothing to spit out. That is what she told me.
Ew! That's not what you do.
I was trying to do it less obvious, that's what she said. But at least she didn't have to watch Big Mouth last night. A new season of Big Mouth came out. My mom hates that show. My wife hates that. My wife. Oh, men do that all the time. It's because it's two women that they love that get on their nerves. So
Okay, don't you dare say the next part.
Oh, I'm not going to fill it in. I'm just going to say, oh, it won't be that bad. Oh my goodness, it was that bad. The first episode of the new season was indeed that raunchy. The second one was much, much nicer.
What are you talking about?
The show Big Mouth, the first episode of the new season was very dirty.
Don't watch the child.
The only comment I ever had on that show was the fact that it kind of looked like the regular show stuff.
It's a show. Well, it started out about being about kids your age, but it wasn't really for kids your age. It was really more for adults. But now the latest season...
No, it is for adults. It's not...
Well, no, it is for adults, yes. And the latest season moved them all up to 14 and 15 years old instead of being 12 and 13. So it got worse. All right, and we are absolutely not going to the hardware store?
No!
Okay. We're not going to the hardware store while we're already out driving. People, just let you know. So if you're expecting to see me there, I'm not going to be there.
I was sort of expecting to be on
You get mad and scream at the cart because it overheats, and then you can't go where you want.
Oh yeah, most of the, you'd think the hardware store where they, Lowe's, where it's full of tools and older men who know how to tinker who work there, you'd think they'd be able to keep their electric carts working. Not the case at all. All of them have, every single one of them, my local Lowe's has problems. They've all had the same problems for years. No attempt has been made to repair any of them. Actually, if you go around my local area, you might find in various stores carts that have the word bad written on them subtly in a black magic marker. Not saying that that's me, not saying that it's not me. Just saying it's, that does help me know which ones to pick and which ones not to pick.
You could have just put the letter B on it.
I always write it on the black, so it's not
You
obvious.
shouldn't write anything on them.
They're carts.
And they're not your property.
Oh no. If I were to get arrested for that, it would be a wonderful story on the local news where, oh look, one-legged man writes bad on the cart that he had reported to management for being broken a dozen times and they hadn't fixed. That's going to look great for the company. They'll end up giving us money. That's exactly how that would go down.
Oh, I think I picked a couple books.
Oh yes, you picked some books. One of them was good. Ish. It was good enough.
Good-ish.
Good enough for me. Oh yeah.
That's a very nice person. And they had their driveway report.
Okay, good for them. I'm glad when anybody in this neighborhood gets anything done to their house. Because it makes our house worth more money. We live in one of the individually worst neighborhoods in the city of St. Charles. However, you can see the $500,000 houses from our house.
No one needs to know.
Oh, I've already talked about this 100 times.
Then why are you talking about it?
It's okay. I don't care that we live in the worst individual neighborhood of St. Charles, because Sabre Charles isn't that bad.
Sabre Charles.
Sabre Charles isn't that bad.
Saber.
And-
Saber. We're not at high school.
And my house in this worst individual neighborhood is paid for, while most people's houses in their better neighborhoods
Oh my.
are not. In Sabre Charles.
Look, it got worse.
Welcome to Sabre. Oh yeah, Rick crashed his car again. It's twice in the same week. Twice in 2 weeks.
Okay.
You just gonna go up the street, guy? You got him really weirded out?
Yep.
Yep, weirded all the way out. Couldn't possibly just drive up the street, could you? You got two options. Then you're gonna back up 100 feet when you could have just went up the street. Our street in front of our house is only 4 houses long and only
There's
one
a flower, Julie.
and only one car wide. For some reason,
in front of our van.
people insist on driving on that street in which 2 cars, if they meet, one has to back up. Oh my!
Yep.
They insist
Yep,
on driving
you
on
could've
that
gone straight, but
instead
why
of
would he do
taking
that?
10 more seconds to drive around the block. He just took 40-second delay rather than driving around the block so he could drive down the street that should be a one-way, but that the city also refused to turn into a one-way.
I mean, it wouldn't help. They would have done it anyway. It's a sign.
No, they refused to do it because everybody who responded to the letter they sent out were all the people who live around us who just desperately love to drive on this little street and didn't want it to be a one-way.
Okay, but the
All right.
people who mainly do... Hello, there's a leg. Who mainly do that are the people who are not our problem. It's the other people who don't live on our streets.
Right.
They don't live on our streets.
The main reason I wanted to be one-way is so Google Maps will stop routing people over this street. If you set it to one-way coming out of the neighborhood, Google Maps will not route anyone into the neighborhood that way, and thus they won't drive out that way either. All right. Hey, maybe we'll look at some of this stuff later on when I get it and I unload it. Alright, so I tried for 3 days to get the girls to come and show their finds from the bins for a few minutes, and I just could not get it together. At no point were they ever both dressed and in a good enough mood and not doing something else, so I gave up on that. But what I'm going to talk about here is somebody I saw at the Goodwill bins. Now, there's this kid, and I'm saying kid, he's really more late teenager, early 20s. I think he's out of high school because I see him there all the time, and I see him there, you know, when he would be in school. But he never has a cart, he never has a bag, he doesn't seem to be with anybody. Never really paid all that much attention to him until he ended up just directly across me, you know, at the same bin, and I see he picks up this nasty looking water bottle, you know, like a bicycle one that looks like somebody might have peed in it. But he takes the lid off, he just takes a big sniff, and just his facial expression for just a moment goes from like completely dead to just like ecstasy. And then he just drops it. And then he sees a breast milk container, does the same thing. Then he wanders off in a random direction to another bin. And I'm like, is this all this guy is doing? So I decided to, my cart's already full anyway, so I decided to follow him around for a while. And yes, so this guy is coming to the Goodwill bins basically on a possibly a daily basis to smell bottles. I was able to finally catch him doing one. It's kind of hard to catch him because I couldn't be across from him. I had to be behind him, and he's faster than me. But I finally got one little shot of this guy sniffing bottles. Right here. I don't know. What do you think? Post in the comments. Am I a horrible person for noticing this? I don't know. Second thing, if you have Magic cards, Magic Gathering cards of any value, treat them like they are a 5-day-old ham sandwich that's been sitting out on the counter. You need to get rid of them immediately. The company is completely dedicated to sucking all of the value out of the secondary market by making special edition reprints of cards that they sell at higher prices. Like, they'll come out with a set of, you know, 5 cards that you buy for $40. And sure, the value of the 5 cards that you get for the $40, you know, is supposedly $100, but what it does is it just sucks all the value out of the existing ones and out of those, and it's slowly bringing everything to zero. My expensive Magic deck was worth $2,900 4 years ago. I decided to sell it, listed it over the weekend, the cards, you know, one at a time. I'm possibly not going to clear $1,000 on that deck after fees, when it was worth $2,900 4 years ago, and it is full of the sort of cards that had traditionally gone up in value, not down. I am getting rid of every Magic card I own of value from this point on, and I will no longer let myself own any Magic cards of value anymore. Hey, thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. If you know anybody who doesn't own anything of value, why don't you tell them about this channel? Thanks, and I hope to see you again soon.
See, that's One Foot Flipper's nonsense video.
Alright, now that it's just you and me, I just want to point out another creator that I've been watching lately. He's bigger than I am, so you probably watch him too. Rod Pickin' and Punchin'. Give him a watch.